Remember, in Washington, they have things a little differently. In corporate America, you can just fling someone out if you don't like what they're doing or even hinting at. But it is quite a bit different right now when in Washington, where they have a system set up that will involve hearings, payments, checks, all of that stuff. A lot of people had no idea existed. Patrice Onwuka is with us, Independent Women's Forum Senior Policy Analyst. The first thing that comes up with all of these cases, as they're planning now more and more hearings into all of these various issues among Republicans and Democrats, Patrice, is this payment system that they've had established that's cost already north of $15 million. The big difference in Washington, of course, is that's our money. That's taxpayer money. What have you learned?
Yeah, I mean, these are taxpayer dollars that are going towards misconduct. Now, it's not just sexual harassment; it's broader than that. But you know, the fact that we have a process that's there's no transparency, very little accountability, and everything is held behind closed doors. It leads taxpayers to wonder, what exactly is our money going towards? And we hold members of Congress to a higher standard of ethics and behavior, and this is just not a good look.
What I'm always startled by, is when I talk to senators, even, some big guns, like the head of the Judiciary Committee, Senator Grassley, said he was unaware that this even exists. And I thought, well, he is a long-serving, prominent member. He's in the club. He's one of the prominent members of that club. He didn't know anything about it. So how did this get to be the point where $15 million in payments went out?
I think it's the way this process was established. It was created to protect members of Congress, not necessarily to pursue justice and truth, and to rightly investigate and to actually, remedy some wrongs. There are a couple of members of Congress, I believe, maybe Speaker Ryan might know about some of these payouts and payments, and Nancy Pelosi, but apparently they don't know the details of everything that went into the cases. So there's a lot of secrecy shrouding how this entire process goes into play, and hopefully things will change, because we are expecting that our taxpayer dollars are not going towards Congress misbehaving or behaving badly.
Obviously this whole thing on both sides has gotten antsy, where if you think about it now, you have Congressman Conyers' lawyer saying, cool it, Nancy Pelosi. You have Roy Moore in Alabama saying some nasty things about Mitch McConnell, who said that he should step out of the race. So I do imagine that this is causing some grief between those who might be deemed an embarrassment coming in or already in, and those running the show, the party chieftains there. So where's this all going?
I think both sides are kind of running to protect their own, and this is not a partisan issue. This is not about Republicans or Democrats. This is about what's right and what's wrong. Whomever is running for office or holds office, we expect more and better behavior from them than what we're seeing today. Congress has an opportunity to actually be a leader in this entire discussion about sexual harassment, which is, like an avalanche right now. I don't think they're going to step forward and be a leader. I think they're going to wait behind. I mean, it's ironic that Nancy Pelosi is now saying that Conyers should step down, but it's been, what, a week of her saying, maybe not, no, I'm not sure. And so, that's the difference between the private sector, which is nimble and fast, and the public sector. Now, I don't want to say these are allegations, so they do need to be investigated, and there is a measure of due process that needs to occur. But at the same time, to excuse the behavior, be very soft-spoken when you're supposed to be an advocate for women, certainly undermines her credibility on this issue.